Okay, so I gotta tell ya, this is a total freaking letdown. After all the hype, after all the speculation and all the promises, I guess now empty or ignorant promises, we finally get an update on the Epstein case. And it's one giant disappointment. Yeah, now apparently the DOJ is telling us that there's no client list. It never existed. That one thing that so many people spoke about, I guess, if this claim from the DOJ is true, this Epstein client list was just a myth, a point of speculation that grew so big that it just became accepted reality. I guess that's what they want us to believe, or what we're now supposed to accept. But yeah, I gotta tell you, the expectation with this administration coming in was that we'd get some more clarity, maybe a little bit of closure on the Epstein case. But instead of closure, instead of conclusion, we now get confusion, more walkbacks, and media silence, which of course is frustrating considering the potential magnitude of crimes committed here and the implications of a web of corruption in the most powerful and elite circles. A lot of people feel betrayed right now, and honestly, I totally get it. And actually, adding to the confusion, we've got the release of the Jeffrey Epstein potential moment of suicide CTV footage from the prison where he was being held. And there's something quite not right about that video footage. Let me update you guys on everything that's going on here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Okay, so the Epstein cell footage just dropped, and right away people are noticing something very suspicious.
Alex, I have to say, I'm with the people that still have questions about this. I kind of don't buy the nothing to see here, and I don't know that the Justice Department helped their case. They released this video. Let's show it. It shows no one entered the area surrounding Epstein's cell in the hours before he died. But there's something significant about this videotape. What is it?
Well, here's one thing that some people on the internet are picking up on, which is that there is about a minute missing between 11:58 p.m. 58 seconds and 12 a.m. the night that Epstein was apparently killed or died. And so
the official story is that he died by suicide. That's
correct.
What then Trump Attorney General Bill Barr said a few years ago.
And
yeah, we've got a guest there on CNN actually breaking the news through for once. There's a moment during the grainy CCTV footage between roughly 11:59 p.m. and 12 a.m. where the video just skips. Take a look. And many people are alleging that that's the exact time that Jeffrey Epstein was supposedly found dead in his cell. Well, that minute is just gone. Poof, disappeared, a clean skip in the tape. Totally normal, right? I don't know, obviously drawing a whole lot of suspicion. We've got one of the most high-profile prisoners in U.S. custody, and the camera skips a minute during the exact moment he supposedly took his own life, or at least that's what's being speculated, that's the suspicion. But yeah, kind of hard to find closure in this case, kind of hard to move on with something so obviously suspicious. And then comes the cherry on top, the DOJ now claiming that actually there was never a client list to begin with. After years of talk and speculation, suddenly this is what they're saying. Jeffrey Epstein did not maintain a client list, the Justice Department acknowledged on Monday. So there you have it, just dust off your hands, that's it, end of story. Nothing to see here, it never actually existed. Doesn't exist, won't be released. That's what we're being told here. And obviously this is raising suspicion of a potential cover-up, considering Pam Bondi said this on Fox News not so long ago.
One of the things that you alluded to, and this is something Donald Trump has talked about, the DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
Obviously, that's going to be going viral all over every social media platform. But of course, to be completely fair, she never actually confirmed that there was a client list. She just said that she had the Epstein files on her desk and she was going to review them. Is it the most damning evidence against Pam Bondi? Proof of a conspiracy? Proof of a cover-up? I wouldn't exactly go that far. There's an obvious play of ignorance here. We assume that there was a list and now we've gone through all the evidence and actually it doesn't exist. You know, that could be the explanation for Kash Patel's saying this nearly 2 years ago.
You know, it's the same thing with Epstein's list. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing?
I saw you make news this morning about that. I got to get to that. You say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list. You don't think that Bill Gates is lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list? And why is it that the Senate, you know, and good for Senator Blackburn to try to get it out, but then Dick Durbin comes over the top and says, no, we're not going to release the names. I don't care about the list itself, but if you release the names, right? What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list? You're going to accept Dick Durbin's word, or whoever that guy is, as to who is on that list and who isn't, and that it can and can't be released? Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are. We have an election coming up, and we need to adjudicate this matter at the polls. God knows the FBI and DOJ aren't going to do anything. But how are you going to reward the FBI with a new headquarters building after their illegal surveillance on Donald Trump continues with a reauthorization of FISA, and we can't even get basic documents out? This is why America hates Congress. And this is why I'm tired of the Republican majority saying they're going to get the job done and failing.
Well, obviously, that's where people got their hopes up. You know, as that said, just from a point of ignorance, and now it turns out that there was no client list? Or was there a client list and somebody destroyed it? Well, as it stands right now, I don't exactly have an answer for that, but I do consider myself a pragmatist, and so instantly I'm reminded of that Pam Bondi clip where she claimed that there were thousands of videos, part of the Epstein files, that showed all kinds of abuse. And so now they tell us, well, there's no list, there's no client list, there's no client list. Well, if there's no client list, are there thousands of videos?
James Comer said yesterday that all the Epstein files are missing. Can you confirm the status of them? They still haven't heard from you.
No, the FBI, they're reviewing, there are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going through that. I haven't seen that statement, but I'll call him later and find out.
Well, there's no explaining that one, I gotta tell ya. Pam Bondi doesn't have an angle of plausible deniability or plausible ignorance. She stated unequivocally, very clearly, that there were thousands of videos of abuse. Well, where are they? What's on them? Or more importantly, who's on them? Any names? Any faces? Logically, gotta be the next step. Are there any people of interest who have been identified in those videos? Well, I guess like I said in the intro, the hunt for closure continues. We were expecting some forward momentum on this issue, but unfortunately, it feels like we've stepped 5 steps backwards now. You know, the people wanted closure. They wanted the truth. They wanted a damn list, this Epstein list that's just been on the tip of everyone's tongue for so long. And what we got instead is a disappearing minute of prison footage, a bland PR statement from the DOJ, and a whole lot more questions. You know, I think I could describe this as a gut punch, absolutely. And maybe yet again another reminder that in this system, the people with the power protect their own, and the rest of us normals, well, we get gaslit and told to move on. I don't know, either that or it was just a legendary internet myth that got in a way spoken into existence. The infamous Epstein client list. Anyways, honestly, I don't even know what to say in conclusion. I guess I'll just once again put more emphasis on the release of those supposed thousands of videos. We need to know that we're not being lied to. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.